In the previous video, we looked at how to pass configuration information to an application deployed in Kubernetes using config maps. We created our application properties file in a Spring Boot application and used config maps to override properties in that file from the Kubernetes cluster environment using environment variables and volumes. In this video, we will look at how to pass a password from Kubernetes to the Spring Boot application using secrets. Secrets can be used to pass in sensitive information to the containers. The advantage of having secrets separate from configuration is the ability to manage secrets differently. That is, only privileged users can be given access to view secrets, whereas all users can be given access to view configuration. Also, when we do a get on the secret using kubectl, the actual secret text is not revealed, and hence a user that can view a secret does not have access to the actual secret string. However, a word of caution though. If a user has access to the node or the etcd instance, then it is not very difficult to get the secret text out. For greater security, it would be prudent to use a secret manager such as HashiCorp Vault. HashiCorp Vault integrates with Kubernetes and can be used to store secrets that are normally stored in etcd. The secrets can be exposed to the container using either environment variable or by mounting the secret as a volume. For example, an SSH file would be used by mounting it as a file inside a directory, whereas the password could be passed as an environment variable. We will see examples of both. We begin by creating a secret for the database password and passing the password via an environment variable. We first create a file called password.file and put in the password in there. To create a secret using this file, type in the command kubectl create secret generic Spring Boot API secret from env file password.file. It is also possible to create a secret using a YAML file, since a secret is like any other object that can be managed by using the kubectl apply command. Let's take a look at the secret. The actual secret is specified in the data section. The secret value is not visible, so that makes the secret string secure. To use this secret in a deployment, we modify the deployment YAML that we created in the previous video and add another environment variable called spring.datasource.password. The value of this variable comes from a secret key called spring.datasource.password defined in a secret called Spring Boot API secret. When we deploy this, Kubernetes will make the secret available as an environment variable inside the container. Let's create the deployment by typing in kubectl apply -f and the file name is kubespringapi config secret env.yaml. This will deploy our Spring Boot application and make the Spring data source password available in the environment. You'll need the Spring RESTful API kubeconfig file config map that we created in the earlier video. Make sure to create that before you create the deployment. To see if the application picked up a password, let's call the data source endpoint of the service. The password is now password secret, which is what we pass using Kubernetes secret. It is also possible to pass a secret to a container by hosting it as a volume inside the container. For example, if you need to pass in an SSH key to a container, it would be a good idea to do that via volume. Let's create a secret using an SSH key. I've created a dummy SSH key in the Kubernetes config secret directory in GitHub. The file contains a single line that says sample_rsa. We will first create a secret using this file. To do that, type in kubectl create secret generic SSH key file from file equals id_rsa.pub. This is how our secret looks. We now create a pod that mounts that secret as a volume. We will create a simple nginx container and then log in that container to see our file. Here's how the deployment YAML looks. The volume section defines a volume named SSH key file vol, and it is populated with the secret whose name is SSH key file. Next, we create a volume mount that uses this volume and mounts it at opt SSH keys on the container. Let's create the pod by typing in kubectl apply -f kubespringapi config secret volume.yaml. Let's see if a pod has been created. The pod is running. We now log into the pod by using kubectl execute command. I need to use WinPTY because kubectl execute does not work with Cygwin. You can also use PowerShell windows where the execute command works well. We are now logged onto the Nginx container where we deployed our secret as a volume. Let's see if the file is there. We cd into opt ssh keys and get our file. The file and its content look good, which means the secret has been deployed correctly. This finishes our video on using secrets. If you're planning to use secrets, it would be good to take a look at HashiCorp Vault and see how it can be used to store the secret text instead of letting Kubernetes store it in etcd. In the next video, we will look at deploying applications and pods that maintain their identity by using stateful sets. See you in the next video.